everybody, we're back for another Dell's Dishes, and today we're going to do something, dare I say, easy. Today we're going to do shrimp scampi. It was something that was suggested in one of the comments that I've gotten. What you're going to do, we're going to cook our pasta behind us in a pan here. We're going to get our shrimp in there, we're going to get our onions, we're going to let those go, we're going to add some white wine, let that reduce down. We're going to season a little bit, add some zest of lemon along with some lemon juice, and get some parsley on there on the top. Season with salt and pepper. Should be pretty simple, so let's get started. Hey guys, so we're back. We've got our vegetables here. We're going to cut up a little bit of parsley. We've got 4 or 5 garlic cloves that we're going to mince up. We're actually going to use the zester today. We're actually going to zest that garlic right onto the food. This will help it to dissolve into the onions that we're going to have cooked up. We have some onions that I had chopped up from before. Typically I would have them a little bit longer in wedges, but again, for this we already had some cut up, so no reason to duplicate the effort. And then we've got a lemon that we're going to squeeze the juice of 1 lemon in there, and then zest again some of that lemon to finish it off. We've got crushed pepper, red flakes that we're going to add to it. And just in talking with my wife, we're going to try a little bit of holy voodoo from Meat Church. It's something that we seem to use a lot of, so we're going to do that. Again, we have some white cooking wine that we'll add to that as well to help reduce it down. And then we have olive oil and butter that we'll add as we're getting these cut up. So we're going to get these cut up and get them into the pan. All right guys, we're back for take 2. If you're interested in knowing what happened in take 1, we had a little wine incident. All right, first things first, we're gonna get some of our onions and they're going. You wanna make sure you turn it down for when you have your onions, because you just wanna brown them. So you wanna get a little bit of color on them. You don't want them to be, get a little bit more olive oil in there. Get a little bit of color on them. Man, it smells so good. Here's some onions that I minced up just a little bit. We're gonna add a little bit of parsley in there, just for a little bit of that that freshness. Whew. Okay. We've got add a little bit more onions in there. Usually I would do these in bigger slices, but get those in there and go them going. We're gonna use about a 1/4 stick of butter on here. Get that melted down. Again, you wanna make sure you're keeping those onions moving around, or shallots if you're using those. Just wanna make sure that you keep them moving around so you don't brown them. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of white wine to this. And then we're gonna let it reduce down. And I have, as I mentioned earlier, I have a little bit of garlic. Once this butter gets down, we wanna get that in there. And once we add the white wine, we're gonna add a little bit of, there's a little bit of a garlic shell or skin. But once we're gonna do that, we're gonna get our garlic in there and we're gonna use that grinder, the zester actually, to kind of dissolve those into the pot. All right. Now we're gonna try this again with just a little bit. of white wine. And that should be good. Gonna let that go, let it reduce down a little bit. Man, that smells good. I love garlic. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I use as much garlic as possible. All right, and then we just scrape that off the back side. There. Once we get some color to them, we're gonna flip them over. Now I believe that shrimp has to be 165, otherwise you can just go by the color. You want them to be light brown. You definitely don't want them to be dark brown because that means you burn them. Hey-oh. That one was not deveined. So we want to give a special thank you to my wife as she checked these over and got these shrimp out of their skin. So thank you. All right. Now we're going to add a little bit of crushed red pepper. You want to make sure that you always put it in your hand. You can always add spice and heat, but you cannot take it away. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to add some Holy Voodoo from Meat Church. And we definitely don't want to add it on that end. That would have been another nightmare. All right. So we are going to let these cook down. While we're doing that, we're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper out of my new pepper and salt grinders. All right, guys, I tried to rush to get the table all cleaned up, so it's a little bit. The food's cooled just a little bit. Still got some steam on it. See, it's dry. It's cooled just a bit, so this pot is still hot though. Put a little bit of shrimp on there, a little bit of that sauce on there. A little bit more parsley than I wanted. Finish off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. All right, guys, there you go. This is simple, easy. It can be done in about 10 minutes. Sorry about the presentation there. All right, there it is. Add a little bit of salt, pepper. I always salt and pepper everything before I actually taste it. All right. And let me grab a fork and I will dig into this right here. Say grace. Man, okay. For a simple, hold on, still got food in my mouth. For a simple, easy to make meal, you got a lot of different layers in here. You get the butter, you taste a little bit of that wine that burned off. You got parsley that's in there. You have the holy voodoo, which gives a little bit of flavor to it. You've got those onions, and you got the garlic. I mean, it's just a real simple, easy to make meal during the week that takes no more than 10 minutes. You get the pasta done. We use just regular spaghetti pasta. You can use angel hair. You can use whatever kind of pasta that you want. Oh man, this is super simple. Super simple, super easy. There you go. My take on shrimp scampi. Bon appetit. I don't know what that means. Anyway, thank you guys for paying attention to another Dell's dish. Hope that you hope you like it. If you didn't, or you do something different, please let me know down in the comments. Always want to try something new. Again, click, oh wow. Click like and subscribe for more Dell's dishes, and we'll try some new things next time. We'll see you later. I don't even care. This is good. Save parsley for afterwards to top it off. You want to get your lemon in there. So again, this is about a half a lemon. Get that squeezed in there. Just help it smell fresh. Add a little bit of Provence to it. All right. Add a couple more onions in there that I have. Now, we are going to add our white wine in there. And I may have just poured way too much in there. There's no may about it, I just did. So it's real, that's what happens. It smells good, but I just added way too much white wine in there. But we're not gonna edit it out. This is what happens on Dell's dishes. Again, nobody wants shrimp. I just said shrimp. Thanks, Jake.